Hi, it's Red Recapped here. Today I'm going to describe a movie called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. There are some spoilers ahead. Let's begin the film without further ado. The movie opens up with the Wang family joyfully singing karaoke in a mirror until they fade away, portraying it as an illusion or, in this case, another dimension. Back to reality in the present day, Evelyn and her husband Raymond are Chinese immigrants who live in California and run a struggling laundromat. The laundromat is saddled with debt. Therefore, the couple are putting together documents for a tax audit. Evelyn is too occupied with tax to spend time with Wayman and having fun. She doesn't even flinch when she notices that Wayman has secretly drafted up separation papers. She is a passive-aggressive personality who rips googly eyes off wherever she finds her family stuck to places in the laundromat. One day, their rebellious daughter Joy shows up with her girlfriend Becky. Evelyn and Joy have a strained relationship and they always quarrel over Joy's tattoos. They have a big birthday party ahead for Evelyn's formerly estranged father, Gong Gong, who temporarily disowned Evelyn for marrying Wayman and moving to the US, as he thinks the world is limited to China. Gong Gong enters the room where Evelyn introduces Becky as Joy's very good friend. Gong chastises Joy for her Chinese language deficiency, and Evelyn tells her she's getting too fat. The second comment badly broke her heart, since no young girl likes to hear that. Everybody is more occupied than realizing Waymond is apparently being possessed and is performing martial arts for a few minutes. Waymond, Evelyn, and Gong Gong pay a visit to the auditor from IRS offices to avoid bankruptcy because of the taxes. While in the elevator on the way to the appointment, Waymond is again possessed. He clarifies to his shocked wife that he is a Waymond from another universe, which is called Alt Waymond in this video from now on, who has inhabited her husband in this universe, and says the multiverse is in jeopardy. He leaves a note to her with instructions to read it when he is outside the elevator, prior to leaving Waymond's body. The movie has three parts, and part 1 is Everything. The family meets with their examiner who is named Deirdre. Deirdre warns that the family's actions could be read as fraud. During the meeting, Evelyn starts reading the note written by Alt Waymond. She is told to switch shoes, put in an earpiece and then visualize teleporting to a janitor's wardrobe. She does so and ends up in another one of her bodies in another universe, along with the Alt Waymond. But the connection is not powerful enough as Evelyn keeps cutting between her discussion with Alt Waymond and Deirdre, who is threatening to expropriate their laundromat. Alt Waymond makes it clear that he's from a universe called the Alphaverse. There, they manage to master multiverse teleportation using a mapping program that traces all other universes. In addition to teleporting into the physique of an parallel universe variant of themselves, they can study the knowledge and skills of any alt-universe person they occupy as well. For teleporting, the traveler must do something unusual to harmonize themselves with a parallel universe physics. That's why Evelyn had to switch her shoes earlier. He says a wicked multidimensional traveler named Jobu Tupaki intends to turn the multiverse into chaotic, claiming that Evelyn is the only one with enough inherent goodness to stand against Jobu. He also informed Evelyn that Jobu has been going through the multiverse killing all forms of Evelyn, however thinks this Evelyn is the anointed one. Just then, an alternate variant of Deirdre shows up and assassins the bodies Alt Waymond and Evelyn are living in, transferring them both back to their unique physiques. Evelyn awakens and returns to the real world. Despite Deirdre agreeing to give them further time to prepare the evidence for their audit, Evelyn is still in the mood of the alternate realm and strangely punches Deirdre in the face. She also finds the separation document Waymond had drawn up. Deirdre alerts security, forcing Alt Waymond to dwell in Waymond's body and knocks them out with his martial arts skills. These activities draw Jobu's attention. It also turns out that Jobu is none other than Joy from the Alphaverse. Alt Waymond clarifies that in the Alphaverse, Evelyn pushed Joy too far in researching the multiverse to the point where she could travel the multiverse at will, experience all realities at the same time, and change reality. The analysis and multiversal awareness drove Joy crazy, making her believe that nothing is important given the limitless possibilities out there and the shortness of life. So she developed a weapon that Alt Waymond is sure that would wreck the universe. He hopes that Evelyn finds a way to stop her. Alt Deirdre possesses Deirdre's body, using sumo wrestling skills which belong to her parallel universe's character, and attacks Evelyn. Alt Waymond instructs Evelyn how to take advantage of a universe where she is a martial art prodigy. But when Evelyn is unable to do so, Alt Waymond abandons her, doubting that she is the chosen one. However, Evelyn ends up traveling and tapping into her martial arts abilities. With her fighting power, Evelyn defeats Alt Deirdre in no time. But she is arrested along with Waymond right away. However, the police are then attacked by Jobu, who currently possesses Joy's body, and killed in a horrendous cartoonish way, like exploding into confetti. A petrified Evelyn attempts to tap into her power to fight Jobu back, but in her panic, she accesses the skills from a world where everyone there developed to have sausage fingers. They will only be saved if Jobu attracted to this version of Evelyn. Jubo shares some of her experiences with her and showing Evelyn a glimpse of her endgame. Suddenly, Alphaverse's Gong Gong ambushes Jobu. Seeing this, Jobu decides to travel to the Alphaverse to stand up to them there. Alt Wayman gets back to Wayman's body, knowing he was right about Evelyn. He also has a discussion with Alt Gong Gong about what they should do. Alt Gong Gong needs to have Joy killed. Now that Jobu is too distracted, because that will block Jobu's power to pass into this universe as he's done this in other various universes. Alt Wayman disagrees with him, believing that Evelyn can save everyone. Finally, Evelyn sides with Alt Wayman and Alt Gong Gong brings in individuals from the Alphaverse to kill the trio, accepting they have all been tainted by Jobu and stressing that, assuming Evelyn joins Jobu, Jobu will definitely succeed. In order to beat them, Evelyn ultimately draws experiences from her duplicates in various universes where she's simultaneously a martial artist, singer, hibachi grill cook, a maid, and a sign spinner. Mixing all these skills, makes a brilliant fighter out of her. She manages to beat Alt Gong Gong's minions, including in an excellent fight involving Butt Plug. At the same time, Jobu kills Alt Wayman in his body. Jobu returns and Evelyn gets ready to fight her. However, the effort to mix too many alternate abilities, all at once, and spending too much time in another Evelyn's body, making Evelyn die of stress. Jobu seems disappointed and Wayman is heartbroken. The movie then cut to part, entitled, Everywhere. Evelyn's consciousness journey throughout the multiverse, experiencing the numerous lives she took skills and knowledge from, including in the Sausage Finger universe. There, she has a romantic relationship with Deirdre and everyone carries things out with their feet. Also, in a universe where Evelyn chose not to get involved and just go home and pay her taxes, Wayman didn't really want a divorce, but wanted to do something to get Evelyn to talk about their split. Ultimately, Evelyn is able to return her spirit to the corpse and revive herself. She returns home to confront Joy, forcing her Jobu to appear. Evelyn tries to fight Jobu, but Jobu uses her immense power to overwhelm Evelyn by taking her into the world where she is in prison. The world that is the piñata, and even the world that is animated. Jobu then takes Evelyn to the base. There, she uncovers her gadget as an everything bagel, which is a bagel-formed object that Joy has fastened to everything in the universe. By investigating it, the viewer is able to encounter all reality at once. She forces Evelyn to look and Evelyn starts to accept that nothing in life has any meaning as people are so irrelevant. The pair are simply ready to take comfort in a universe where life never arose and they are conscious rocks. After agreeing with Jobu that life has no meaning, Evelyn begins destroying relationships in the numerous connected universes. She also signs Wayman's separation papers and refuses to pay taxes. So Deirdre, along with the police, raid to take over the laundromat. Jobu explains that if she goes through the middle of Bagel, it will finish her existence on all levels and universes, and finishes off the pain she feels because of the futility of the multiverse. She asks Evelyn to come with her and Evelyn agrees. However, before doing so, Evelyn hears Wayman's voice and teleports to a universe where she is a martial artist, and she and Wayman are not married. She explains that she believes she didn't marry him because she mistook him for weakness. But instead, he says he finds meaning in the universe. As his loved one, this Wayman is better off with Evelyn, who runs a laundromat, than he has a successful life alone. He said he wanted to live his life. Moved by his words, Evelyn begins to see good moments in each of her pluralistic lives. This culminates in returning to her universe, watching Wayman persuade Deirdre to reverse her decision to kindly seize the laundromat. She realizes he was right, the power and meaning come from true love. Despite Jobu's efforts to get Evelyn to pass through the bagel with her, Evelyn refuses to do so. Enraged, Jobu teleports Bagel and the thugs from their home base to Evelyn's main universe, where they all begin to destroy everything. Alt Gong Gong and the powers of the Alphaverse appear. Evelyn reads the deepest regrets of fighters, repairing them and causing enemy soldiers to stop attacking. She also fixes few problems, including reconciling with Deirdre. She confronts her father's abandonment and says she banished her own daughter so that she would not be like him. Her family banded together and all of them grab onto Jobu to stop her from passing through the bagel. At the same time, Evelyn apologizes to her daughter in her own tax world. Joy initially rejected her mother's attempts at atonement. Joy explains that his life is too painful and people are too small in planning things. Evelyn counters that all of this is true, but those little moments matter the most, and nothing is more important than the fleeting moments you can share together. Evelyn and Joy embrace. The title card part 3 will show us the last episode, named, All at Once. The Wong family, including Evelyn and Gong Gong, is dropped off at the IRS building by Becky, who is now completely accepted by the two. As they walk in, Evelyn kisses Wayman affectionately, indicating that their marriage is now strong. They arrive at Deirdre's office with the receipts properly sorted, and are praised by Deirdre for doing a better job. The movie ends with confirmation that Evelyn can still experience the entire multiverse. All at once. Thanks for watching the video.